Hello, welcome back to my channel Watchlist by Miss Z. Those who are new, this channel is all about murder, mystery, true crime, historical events, and some celebrity gossip. Also, I really need your guys' support. Hit the subscribe button right away and help this channel to grow. The Tower of London was built by William the Conqueror in 1066 to defend and secure his status as a King of England. This tower is said to be haunted. Most of the ghosts are unfortunate souls who met an untimely and mostly an unjust death. Three of the English queens and many more people are executed here. So, our today's video is about 13 most prominent ghosts of the Tower of London. On number 1 we have Anne Boleyn. She was the second wife of Henry VIII and the first wife he executed. Anne is the most famous and persistent of all Tower ghosts. Henry VIII accused her of adultery and then she was beheaded. She is now seen on the Tower Green where she was executed and in St. Peter at Vincula where she was buried. She's been wandering corridors as a headless body ever since. On number 2 we have Henry VI. He stood to inherit both the English and French thrones, but no, the House of York imprisoned him during the War of the Roses. In 1471, shortly after Edward IV seized the throne, Henry VI was stabbed while praying in Wakefield Tower where his ghost haunts to this day. And just like that, he met his end as the result of a real-life Game of Thrones. He now appears at the last stroke of midnight. On number 3 we have Lady Jane Grey. She was the shortest reigning queen and was only crowned for 9 days before being executed by Mary Tudor, aka Bloody Mary. Lady Jane's husband, Lord Guildford Dudley, was also executed along with her. Her ghost is now seen wandering the battlements, a lonely, solitary figure. It's just sad being a queen for only 9 days. On number 4 we have Lord Guildford Dudley. As I've told you guys earlier, he was Lady Jane's husband and was executed on the orders of Bloody Mary. His ghost haunts Beauchamp Tower, sitting in his cell and weeping late into the night. Lord Dudley is also said to be responsible for the word Jane etched into the wall. True love. On number 5 we have Margaret Pole, Countess of Salisbury. Margaret was a victim of one of the most gruesome executions in history. When she reached the scaffold where she was to be beheaded, she refused to kneel and said, quote, "So should traitors do, and I am none." End quote. When the executioner raised his axe, she ran, and he chased her all around the scaffold, hacking at her until she died a gory death. Her ghostly screams can still be heard on the Tower Green, and a few visitors claimed to have seen a ghostly reenactment of the chase. Ooh. On number 6 we have the White Lady. No one exactly knows who the White Lady is, but she haunts the White Tower. Her presence is marked by an overwhelming smell of cheap perfume. It's so strong that it has made several tower visitors sick. A few visitors report being tapped on the shoulder only to turn around and see nothing but a wisp of white. On number 7 we have the princes Edward V and Richard, Duke of York. These boy princes were murdered by their uncle Richard III, Duke of Gloucester. In 1674, when the bones of two small boys were found under the stairs, most people believed them to be the missing princes, and the bones were given a royal burial at Westminster Abbey. The figure of two lost little boys wearing nightshirts and holding hands are frequently seen in the White Tower. Some visitors even claim to have heard children giggling. On number 8, we have Sir Walter Raleigh. He was imprisoned in the Tower twice, once for a secret marriage and once for treason. Following his execution, his ghost began wandering around the bloody tower as well as along the battlements, now known as Raleigh's Walk. On number 9, we have the Grey Lady. Her identity is unknown, but she is a well-known resident of the king's house. The Grey Lady only reveals herself to the female visitors. Interesting. On number 10, we have Arbella Stuart. King James I didn't give his permission for Arbella to marry William Seymour, nephew of Lady Jane Grey. But she did marry him against King's will. Enraged at the insult and thinking the marriage as a possible threat to his throne, James I imprisoned Arbella in the Tower. She died there in 1615. It's not confirmed how she died, but she either stopped eating or was murdered. She now haunts the London Tower. On number 11, we have Guy Fawkes. Guy Fawkes was a member of a group of provincial English Catholics involved in the failed gunpowder plot of 1605. He and fellow Catholic conspirators tried to assassinate James I. He was caught and then executed in the Tower. It is said that his screams and cries from the council chamber in the White Tower are still heard, where he was executed. On number 12, we have the Grizzly Bear. A number of animals have been heard over the years, including monkeys, lions, and horses, but only one has actually been seen. A guard at the tower claimed a ghostly bear charged at him. The guard attempted to bayonet the animal, which kept coming at him. Soon the sword went through the animal. The guard was then carried senseless to his quarters, where he died 2 days later. Well, you don't get to hear about a bear ghost oftenly. Well, last but not the least, the monk's footsteps. If you ever visit the Tower of London, listen out for the sound of sandals slapping against the stone floors. These are reported to be from the steps of a ghost monk. There are various other ghosts being reported too. For example, the nameless thing. It's a petrifying spirit which follows the guards of the tower as they walk, or the faceless young women. In 1957, Welsh Jones encountered a shapeless form with the face of a young woman. Perhaps she was one of the many women who suffered a terrible fate at the Tower of London. So, will you visit the tower? Imagine seeing Anne Boleyn or even speaking to her ghost. That would be a frightening yet memorable moment. Visiting this tower means visiting the 17th century because mostly all the ghosts are from that time period. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, again, please subscribe to my channel. I really need you guys' support. Share this channel with your friends and family. That would mean a lot. Hope you all like this video. Thank you.